What's up, guys? Welcome back to Build Cool again. Today, we're back to work on our 1986 Honda Helix CN250. And in this episode, it's time to start mounting our custom floorboards on this thing. But unfortunately, they're not just going to be weld on and done. We need to start by going through and cutting off our stock kickstand so that way we have room for them to fit. From there, I'm probably going to pull off that radiator so that way I don't have anything in my way while I'm welding those on. We may go ahead and just start welding that up. I'd like to maybe try to get the rear shocks welded up as well. And who knows, maybe we could just keep working around here and welding everything up. I still need to build a license plate mount for it as well. But if we get to it, cool. If not, that'll just fall the next episode. But before we get started, let's go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button so we can keep on building cool shit. This thing's almost done, and depending on how things go, if I'm able to get access and weld everything up, I may just throw a little paint on just the areas that are rawed up, so that way we can go out and maybe do some test rides on this thing. And then we can hold off on painting it until the weather's a little bit warmer, because right now it's still a little cold to be painting this thing, and I really don't want to risk it quite yet. But we'll just have to see as everything goes. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out if we do get to start riding this. If not, we're only a few episodes out before we really start riding it anyway. But with all that being said, I'll get you guys set up and we can get going on this thing. So let's get started. So we were able to go through and get our floorboards all mounted in here. I got the left side of the bike all welded up. We did our gas tank mounts. The upper radiator mount is welded up. This floorboard's all welded up. The left side shock mount's all welded up. The part of the hoop I got all welded up. So things are going very well right now. I think as for the headlight mounts, I'm gonna hold off on these and go a different route. I found some brackets that should fit this, and instead of having to weld it all up, the mounts I have are just kind of thin and cheap, so I just feel like it'd be a little nicer to buy some legitimate mounts for it, so I may just go that route. But everything's going good, so now I'm gonna get you guys set up. We'll lay the bike on its left side so we can go through and weld up the right side. And from there, we'll move on to getting our license plate mount welded up. Well, I gotta make it and weld it up. And from there, we'll probably call it a wrap on this episode. So I'm gonna go ahead, get you guys all set up, and we'll lean this bike over and keep on going. So with all that being said, let's keep going. another late night, not only did we get our floorboards on, but we got everything all welded up, and we made our license plate mount for this thing. So we are just that much closer to being able to test ride this thing. And yes, I said test ride, because like I said earlier, with the weather still being cold out, it's really not the best time for me to be painting because I have no way to warm up the shop to be able to paint. So it could be last year when I did this on the dirt bike project, I had a lot of problems when things were way too cold. So I'd really rather wait a little bit, and it's looking like we may just get this thing up and running for now. That way we'll be able to test it all out, make sure everything's the way I want it to be, and then we can go through and paint it maybe in the spring or early summer this year. But in the next episode, we still need to go through, cut the foot brake off of this thing, and figure out a more economical way to work with what I've done here. And then maybe we'll even work on starting to build our custom seat that we're gonna need to do for this thing. But before we get out of here, let's go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button so we can keep on building cool. I'd assume maybe another episode or two, and we'll be testing this thing and starting to shake her down and make sure everything's working right. And you're gonna wanna make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. But with all that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace!